morning, YouTube land. Welcome to my channel. This is Phoenix Dingo, and today I wanted to talk about Andrew Yang versus the burn. Okay, so Bernie Sanders was interviewed by The Hill, and they asked him about what he thought about Andrew Yang's basic universal income. Bernie Sanders agreed with the fact that we can't let technology run people out of jobs. He also acknowledges that technology should benefit all of us. However, he has a stance against it, even though he agrees that a guaranteed income is better than nothing. His stance was that people want to work and we feel good when we are productive and we contribute. Now, a problem that I have with this is that he's assuming that just because there's a guaranteed $1,000 a month, that people are going to just stop contributing. I've said this before. $1,000 is not going to get you anywhere. If it's two of y'all, $2,000, it's still going to be very hard. You're going to have to lump a whole bunch of people together in the same house to make it so y'all don't have to work. It's just thinking that that's going to stop people from working is ridiculous. On top of that, yes, I do agree that some people like to work. I am one of them. Me not working right now is driving me absolutely nuts. I've been looking for a job for months and I can't wait to start working again. I've worked since I was 14. So no, if I got $1,000 a month, I would not quit working. I wouldn't stop contributing. I would just be able to breathe a little bit, you know? So that in itself took me out of considering Bernie Sanders at all. It shows to me that he's a little bit out of touch. Yeah, he says the $15 an hour it should be a minimum living working wage. And I do like that. However, that doesn't help for people in situations when you lose a job. It doesn't help for situations when you're being bullied at a job by a supervisor. I mentioned before about how I had a supervisor who used to always threaten me. He was like, it'd be a shame if you were to lose your job. Like, he would just taunt me all the time. He'd put me in positions, I was a waiter, and he'd put me at tables to where I wouldn't make money. He was playing with my money all the time. It was ridiculous. And to say that the $15 an hour, which is great, don't get me wrong, I think that is important and it should be there, but it doesn't take into context what people go through when, one, they don't have a job, and two, they have toxic environments that they're stuck in and can't get out because they have no options. You can only afford to really quit a job like that when you're in those positions, when you have something to fall back on while you're looking for something else. So Andrew Yang wins this one because he's taking all of it into consideration. And it's just to think that people are going to stop being productive and stop contributing just because they get $1,000 is ridiculous. So Bernie Sanders has been kicked out. Andrew Yang responded, and he said Bernie ignores the fact that money in our hands would, one, create jobs, hundreds of thousands of local jobs, two, recognize and reward the nurturing work being done in our homes and community every day. He also assumes that everyone wants to work for the government, which isn't true. Now, this refers to Bernie Sanders talking about how they would increase federal jobs. Now, don't get me wrong, working for the government or the state is very, very, not very, very, I'm being over dramatic with that. I know working for the state of Florida, you get really good benefits, you get really good retirement. However, the pay is garbage. So it's kind of a trade-off. It's kind of a safe bet if you're thinking for the future, but if you're talking about right now, you'll have enough to live, but not really do much else. So working for the government, especially when we have shutdowns like we just had and people weren't getting paid, not too many people are going to be all that interested unless they're desperate, because They know at a whim they might not have any income coming in and lose their job, not because they're not doing what they're supposed to, but because people are playing around instead of doing their job. Sorry, I was about to cuss for a minute. So one thing that's really exciting about this is that Bernie acknowledged Andrew Yang, and by him acknowledging him, this hopefully means that he will be part of the conversation during the next debate. As we all know, he gets ignored, and he's polite. He doesn't jump in and interrupt people and get nasty and do things for all kinds of attention like a lot of these other people. When he talks about the reality show, it's very obvious. That's exactly what it is. It's like a reality show. The baddest person who acts like New York, aka Tiffany Pollard, who I love, but I'm just saying, that's on Ratchet TV, not politics. I don't want it in my politics. As entertaining as it is, it doesn't really produce results. And I don't want the baddest person to be the president. That don't make sense to me. I want someone who's caring, someone who is in tune with what's going on down here. So it's exciting to me because this brings up one of many points that he might be brought into the conversation, giving him more airtime, giving him more opportunity to speak about his many policies that are amazing. I'm going to be doing videos about a lot of them later on, but I have to read them. I need to do research, and then I will present them to you. But overall, this was very showing of Bernie Sanders. Last time around, I was feeling the burn. I was all about it. But this time around, he's really starting to seem out of touch. A lot of them are very out of touch because the way that they speak and their solutions are more of a grand thing that leaves out a lot of subtle nuances of the problem. And Bernie is just out. I can't vote for him now, especially. When it comes down to other people like Marianne, she takes into account a lot of these things as well. And one thing I like about her is that she is willing to evolve with new information. There is a video where she interviews Andrew Yang. She promotes his book, and they talk about his universal basic income. And, by the end of it, she seems very swayed towards his idea. And I believe she adopted it, which shows for me that she's one that could see fault and try and correct it. Just like reparations, which we will get into in a whole nother video. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to bring that to you. And I was wondering what anyone else thought about it. Everyone have a great day. Please subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 viewers. And Yang Gang 2020. Y'all vote.